there's a certain membrane either activated at birth or opened in the poet, in the sage, which is always there, at the surface of that acute receptivity to what this is taking place. And out of that receptivity, through the cadence of words, through the rhythmical patterns of how the language is versed, something comes forth. Something is given to the language which is otherwise inexplicable, which otherwise and always has the danger of being concealed and made numb by the language. So the poet here safeguards that. A true poet here stands as a guardian. Who doesn't allow our senses to go asleep. Like that Russian Boris Pasternak exclaimed: «Не спи, художник, не предавайся сну, ты у времени заложник, ты у вечности в плену». Do not sleep, artist, do not give yourselves to this slumber. You are the hostage of time, you are a captive of eternity. Okay, he's an artist, poet here. Can be spoken interchangeably. With poet perhaps more acutely being able to capture that tremor, that movement in the heart, or that movement that moves the heart in waves. Because he remains open. She remains open. And because of that openness, there is always this possibility for a true experience which is not veneered, waxed or glossed with something which prevents us from direct tactile experience of reality, which gives this almost electrifying sense of being alive. Yes, our lives becomes increasingly pragmatic, increasingly driven by so many concerns that almost feels as if there is no place for poetry anymore in the world we live in. It's almost there is this nagging sense that poetry belongs to the era gone by. After all, we are technocrats, wired and equipped, everything at the tip of our fingers. And yet, equally is true that we need poetry now more than ever. Therefore I say, no day without a poetry. day without a poetry is a precious gift wasted. Precious gift wasted. Because life itself is a poetry in motion. The more wired and the more technocratic we become, the more clever we feel about everything. That pseudo sense of security. When in fact everything is ridden with fears, unacknowledged fears of uncertainty. Because we're no longer relying on that, what is truly is. And it pulls us further and further away from the heart. No matter how paradoxical this may sound, the time of the progress we live in is the greatest prize. The greatest prize here is the heart itself. So poetry is capable of unlocking that valve, loosening up that knot, pointing back, redirecting the movement. That's what true poetry affords and can do. Because that's where true poetry comes forth. This is where the true poetry springs forth. We want quick understanding, solution-based answers. Problem solving. Actions. And poetry seems to be a waste of time. After all, what can it offer? It doesn't put food on the table. It doesn't fill the tank with petrol. What can it do? This is for you to answer. For you to know.